call upon Mark Fiorentino. Please, and if you would read your name to the record, we appreciate it.
Mark Fiorentino, resident of Bethlehem. As Senator Hastings started earlier, made a comment to a law about a conflict of interest. Obviously, Richard and I are in the same position. We're coming to you as residents of the town. You obviously have the letter that we did not sign because there were some things in there that we didn't agree on. I have a problem with some of the language, and I can't comment on the amendment because it was handed to us 20 minutes ago. But I'm going to make comment to the House bill that I printed offline and take it for what it's worth.
And this is the House, this is the bill is amended by the House, is that correct?
Yes, 1429, 2008 session, 07578 is at the top, 18 March.
Thank you.
Okay? The first thing that I have a problem with is that it's relative to private landfills, being only 2 in the state, okay? And one of them being turnkey, which isn't having problems. I feel as though the bill is discriminatory towards the landfill in town. Personal opinion, and that's where I stand on that issue. I think it could have been a bill for all landfills, seeing as though the other ones are municipalities, and they're both regulated by guess who? DES, Department of Environmental Services. This brings me to my next problem with the language. You want to form, they propose to form a committee, which I don't have a problem with. But it seems to be a watchdog committee to watch the department that's responsible for regulatory practices. So in essence, we're going to spend all this money on a committee to watch a department that's supposed to be doing their job to begin with. And we have to assume that they're doing their job to the best of their ability. Okay? The next thing that I have is if you look at RSA on number 2, page 206, commission established. RSA 149 M2 set a goal of 40% solid waste diversion by 2000. Folks, this is 2008, and I think it's a state problem, not a private landfill problem, that we do not meet the 40% yet in this state. Okay? I have a problem with that because DES regulates both private landfills and municipal landfills, and we don't seem to see any language in here revolving around municipal landfills. And since all the other ones in the state are municipal, it's kind of sketchy for me, and that's an issue. Lastly, and I'll let Richard talk, is that on the fiscal note, fiscal impact, this bill may increase county and local expenditures by an indeterminable amount each year thereafter. This bill will have no fiscal impact on state, county, and local revenue. I just want to throw something out to the committee. You're going to tell us that the county we live in, if this House bill passes, is not going to pick up the cost for the stipends for the new committee to go to their meetings and do what the House bill says they're going to do. Somebody's got to pay for it. Ultimately, the county will pick up the cost, and we'll have to pay the county that portion. So I think some of the wording needs to be amended. I can't read the amendment and determine in one sitting read what was handed to us a little while ago. But those are the issues that I have, and I made that very clear a couple of weeks ago. I was told that this is the place where amendments can be made. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
Thank you so very much for your testimony. Are there...
We're
Or did you hear questions first? Questions? Sir, do you want to speak? And you certainly may sit.
And in general,
And could you read the names of the record, please?
oh, Richard Ubaldo. I think you picked up on where this House bill is going to come, what's it's going to come to in the town of Bethlehem. They're going to be looking to close the landfill. We are putting the town in charge of state solid waste. I think that's risky. You have a huge economic impact on all the other towns that use this facility. And there have been a number of 175 other towns that they use this facility for waste disposal. I have concerns about that, especially in these times. The cost of fuel, the extra trucking, the extra time, it's going to be an economic impact. So those are just the two minor points to this. We're also looking at some of the other things that can be done with the gas from that landfill. It's already being done on this. The technology is there. We're looking at an alternative source of energy. That's going to be one big recycling plant if you really look at using that fuel again. So there's those issues that are involved with this. Some people call it expansion. They're staying within their 51-acre footprint. Some people are going to say calling it expansion. I'm going to call it a source of revenue for the town. The town has spent a lot of money in the battles that they've been having. There's an opportunity to recoup this. I think you've heard both proponents and opponents say that there's been host community agreements. They're there. Let's not pretend that NCES is not willing to come to the town and try and work something out. It's there. It can be done. We have to move on. Not coming to the table is the problem.
Thank you very much. Questions from the committee? Yes.
Thank you. Just a quick question to the two new selectmen. Are you suggesting to the committee that we take no action?
I am. Yes. I think that being a new board with new views, that we may have an opportunity to work with these people, and especially with me, I'll take ownership if that doesn't work out. I'll take ownership of that.
I think when it comes to recycling and waste reduction, mindset's positive. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
What I would like to do at this time is I would like to recess the hearing on House Bill 1429.